Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Starters Orders. Flat save. With some good races to run. I was on the prize, though, a little bit later on. It's highlighted just a little bit. Short trip. That's how far we got to go. 32 miles for the grandest of them all. But, yeah. In the meantime, I want to just make sure we're double checking for our 2-year-olds to see what's there and what we might be wanting to do. But again, there's not much. We can go to South Africa. Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. I think maybe I want to send. Maybe. Um. Yeah. Maybe. I don't love running South Africa. A lot of their races are really, really tough, and I don't know. I don't know how close we're going to get to that one. If we win it, it's going to be fantastic. If we don't, then it could be a useful run, but it could also just be a completely pointless run. So, yeah, not really going to know until we run it, sadly. But Churchill Downs, a few days early. And we have Institute Spy, a 2-year-old running a little grade 3 over 6 furlongs. Just a little basic one. And once again, like 3 or 4 days away. And that does give our jockey a little time to acclimatize. Knows the track well, but we do go to the front with Folly Wishes, Olympian another. Pasha Bobby, Starming Large, Process Crunched, all back with Morty's Claws, Estates Tchaikovsky, and a bunch of other horses, but 1.5 from home. We are running strongly down to the final furlong marker. Got like a 4 to 5 yard lead. Precautious, Crunched, and Olympian another are trying to catch up. From the outside there, Dino Conviction with a nice run, but Institute Spy gets the job done. And yeah, just went to the front, stayed at the front, did everything we needed to do, and got the job done. I don't mind that at all. 96 rated, grade 3. Pretty much max potential. Not quite, but maybe as much as we're going to get. I don't know. And then we can go back again. And let's go again. The next day, down to 5 furlongs. Pure Adventure. A little grade 3 for 2-year-olds. Back at Churchill Downs, Florent with another run. And we keep the win streak alive. Heading into our next race, the big one of them all. Pure Adventure on the outside, not off to a great start. Does go to the back with Stolt Hope, Marina Mood, and Zoran Don't. We're now coming up Iced Elite, Starry Impact, Loop Sunset, Shopping or Frenzy, and Glass Stelio up in the front. But at the final furlong marker, by about a nose, we have a lead. Stolt Hope is coming with us. We're passing Glass Stelio and Shopping or Frenzy. We look comfortable, we look good, we look fun to run, and we're gonna take the win. A little 5 furlong grade 3 there. Not a problem. 94 rated, and still got a decent jumper potential to go, though. So definitely more runs in their future. But, yeah, just a nice little quick double. That's what we like to see. Quick little doubles. And then we got grade 3s on 2 of our 2-year-olds. Got one out in the field that's also got a grade 3. And Ice Queen will be running in a grade 1. That's something that I can kind of get behind. Talking of behind, that's where all the other horses in the field are going to be as we step up. Today, the 2nd of May, and we head to our favorite racetrack for our favorite race. And oh boy, it's a fun one. We are not the favorites. Lizzie Society, the 111 rated grade 1 winner that's in excellent form. You can see why they would be. Redania Mountain is here as well. We know that horse is a good horse. Butley Aliam, we know, is also a good horse. And yeah, there's a few we've raced against and that we've seen in this field. I mean, I've got to back us, right? I've got to back us. Valdemar Kelly, Lizzie Society, they are the 2 favorites with the tipsters. I'm just trying to check some of these names. Yeah, nobody really in a good or bad place from, like, the big horses, I would say. Nobody at all, really. Either way. So, Corridor Center, very calm. Cara Blocker, slightly agitated. Surprise. And Dutch Eyes, fretting a little lazy. Dominant Golf and Marathon, Mantenga are both very calm. Faldal Delmore sweating badly. Yeah, Valdemosa is just okay. But most importantly, out of every horse for me, it's just, we're parading well, we're fit, we're second favourite, we're not tipped, but we're high rated, and I like our horse. I do like our horse. Now, are we the best horse in the world? Hell no. We're just not. Do we like a mile 1? Kinda. We like slightly more than a mile 1, I think. Do we like a mile 2? I don't think so. So we probably fit right in that Preakness race. And it may just be that we challenge later in this one to bridge the gap, that half a distance of gap that we might need to stay competitive in this one and show our quality and our true colours. But we are off and running them, ready to be anyway, here at Churchill Downs, the home of the Kentucky Derby. The race for the Roses, the first of the U.S. Triple Crown. Bluegrass country, here we come. And we have a runner once more. But is this going to be the first of many or the final hurrah? Who knows? Florent Geroux, the best jockey in the business, is on one of the favourites. And we are going to see how it all plays off. We come quite nicely out of the gates and get up before dropping back on the inside in a large field. You know how I feel about that, but that's the draw we've had. Gandalf Windsor, Lizzie Society, Parks Dreamland, Carol Blocker, Creador Center, Redania Mountain, Polizer Soul, Butley Alayam, Bible Justice, Aquavita Hurst, Lando to Dream, Casota Carola, Faldal de Moore. Harrah is now moving up the field with surprising Dutch Eyes. Valdemar Kelly, Dominant Golf, Montasa, Committees. I've got to slow it down. They're moving too quick. Marathon Montenegro, Eternal Entertainer. And that might be everybody as we're down in the final. 1.5 furlongs down to the final furlong. Lots of horses moving really quickly, including Harrah. Can we get up I don't know if we can, but we can get down close to it. 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, points taken, points proven. Harrah wins the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. Didn't see most of the run just because we were kind of out of picture and kind of went really wide. And just had to keep us, smooth and keep us out of trouble, which the jockey did. No issues at all there. And I was just watching the top left corner, the list of horses. I saw us about halfway, and then slowly moving up and coming into the last. I thought, oh, we're not in the top 4 or 5. But when I zoomed the camera up, we were there. We were coming. We got there. We got the job done. And that's what we love for. That's what we love to see. Kentucky Derbies just rack up the wins. And another. Horse, I didn't know whether it had it in him. But, yeah. Won a maiden, struggled in a grade 3, struggled at a mile 2 in a grade 1 this season. Couldn't quite get the grade 2 in a mile 1. Had a pretty bad Florida Derby. And then mile 1, Arkansas Derby win 4 lengths. We knew a lot of those horses would carry over into the Derby. Give us some confidence, not all the confidence. And then just about gets up right to the back. Huge field, of course, 20 runners usually. It is again on the inside. Had to go really wide, had to kind of navigate, get clear, and be able to find a lane to run for the final 1.5, which is what Florent Geroux did. And we take it. We take the Kentucky Derby. And now we move on to the Preakness, which I would say is a better distance for us. I can't explain how happy that makes me. I can't. And to follow that up with a chance to look at rolling in it El Nadim in the auctions. I'd just about forgotten this horse was available. Could have easily skipped over, given what we just witnessed, but not that many offspring. Money everywhere, but not much. In fact, she earned as much money as everybody else combined. And you don't really see why. Maybe she was really high and deteriorated quickly, but it doesn't look like that. So maybe just lucky, a grade 2 and a grade 1. But El Nadim is on the done. No need for them to be in the game. Harrah gets the job done. Oh, I can breathe. I can breathe a little easily. But now I'm getting excited because after Life Quest runs, which you never know what Life Quest is going to do. 2-year-old dominant, 3-year-old very up and down. A tough race as well to go in for. So we'll kind of have to see exactly how that works out. But after that is the Preakness. And a win there would set up for the Belmont, which is far off distance. But again, if there's no specialists in the field, you've always got a shot. So I don't know. I've tried to kind of keep my expectations low. And I've done that, but every time a horse impresses me and I think there's something kind of goes against us, like with Life Quest this year, as I say, not being the cleanest of runners. Couple of grade 1 domestics. We got Reverend straight over from Britain. And we are going to be the favourite, the top rated, and 4 out of 5 tipsters. In the paddock, we're moving well, lean and ready to go. Reverence could look a little fitter. Sketchy Matters carrying a little condition. Okay. So maybe it will be a domestic that comes after us if Reverence isn't quite right. But we're out in Japan then, Tokyo for the 1 mile NHK Mile Cup, Class 1, Grade 1 for 3 rows upon the turf. Back to Asia, back to the Pacific Islands, and a chance to get Life Quest back on track, I feel, after a confusing season. Dominant at 2, uncertain at 3. Sketchy Matters, Quermouse, Torbolino, Sulapus, Anopolis at the back with Etienne Donnell, Cappuccino, Dudley, Flashman Plus, Salvesa Marget, Taffeland, Jane's Imperial. We're up on the inside of Reverence, straight in the stripes, and Jamina Appeal is up top. We are going to come through now and challenge over that final furlong. Kick over the final third of a furlong. Flashman with a good run. Doesn't quite get up to third place. But yeah, one of the Grade 1 winner, well, both the Grade 1 winners from Japan did really well. And Reverence didn't quite do anything, which we kind of foresaw in the pad, to be honest with you. But yeah, Life Quest, it's a good win. That and the Windsor Park Plate, I feel a little more comfortable now running again at a mile and just, keeping an eye out for those other Triple Crown races. Say the first leg of so many Triple Crowns are run over a mile. I think 5 of the next 6 are all at the mile. So that could be a good time to just pick up 1 or 2 big race wins, another couple of Grade 1s, get to that 10 marker. I think that's definitely something to look forward to. It was a nice run. It was a very good finish. We didn't look off distance. We've kind of been running at 5 furlongs. Sorry, 5 furlongs. 7 furlongs. My God. If we were running at 5, we'd be in big trouble. But, yeah. I felt that was probably the best run of the 3-year-old career for Life Quest. I don't think that's crazy in any way, shape, or form. Probably the best run of their season, after Harrah just pulls out the best of his career. So the pair of them are side by side, proving that they are good horses in their 3-year-old campaigns. See, I love this breeding. I love if this is good and the amounts of money that's been won. If that could get passed on, I do like that. May do. Bobring, I'm not so sure about. I don't know. Does have some Grade 2s. Lost the maiden, but maybe wasn't on distance. Maybe just didn't run well. I'll take a look. We will see. 4.5. Champion Fever, and then we got a bunch of horses to wait for. Yeah. How many? I don't even know. Like, I think we're on lot like 18, 17, somewhere around there. So a while to go, but yeah, I wasn't gonna buy, especially at a 2-year-old auction. But I will always look at the sires and at the dams just to see if any names really stick out to me. And, well, one did, basically. So we should be coming up maybe next. Nope, next one, 19? 19. We're gonna probably have to pay 2-3, so we're just gonna bump the price up till they stop. And we get out to one. So, yeah, I mean, decent breeding here, I guess, maybe. But I don't know too much about the lineages. Again, looks like a good horse. It's just not a great horse. And we're at that level where we're looking for great horses. A Meru, a really, really like American ship. And that might be who we're breeding from next, to be honest with you. Meru doesn't look bad. The dam might not have been great. I don't know. But I hope if we do breed from American ship, and that is going to make me reconsider that for sure. But if we do, then you got to hope that that's a very low potential, maybe even low cruising burst dam. Because, yeah, we want those both quite a bit higher, if we're honest, to keep a horse. Elphanos. Why do I know the name? I don't know. I don't know. You've bred grade 1 winners. One with 1, one with 4. Doesn't seem like a horse I want to pick up. Well, class 2 feature race wins. I would never normally be in for a horse like this, but I'm kind of intrigued. There's not much difference between those and a grade 3, basically. She won one, she got close with the other. There is some lineage there. There's money all over. Potential's not bad. Extra speed's not bad. Cruising burst isn't too bad. Honestly, if it had a full finish and full consistency, then there'd be an argument that she'd be breedable, but I don't think so right now. But yeah, that's kind of closer than maybe you'd expect just looking at her. And looking at the form as well, there isn't too much there. But once you get past the handicaps, it's a class 2 second place by a head. Win by a couple of lengths. Third here, but 2.5 back. Like, that's not bad. And it turns out to be a not bad horse. Not a good horse, but a not bad horse. I think at times you've kind of got to take that. Cuts and wounds. Okay. Well, 2 weeks. That's fine. Didn't really have plans to race them for about that time anyway. Definitely don't want to over race them. Not that I think that's an issue. I'm so used to being able to race my 2-year-olds like up to 9 times. Someone to have that on the third race hurts. It hurts. I'm gonna race them in it just because that's their chance to get a grade 1. And it kind of feels like it suits. It does kind of feel like it suits. Oh, what do I do? I kind of want to run that one. I do kind of want to run that one. Potentially would be hurting us. What wouldn't hurt is to pick up the second leg of the American Triple Crown as well, because we're heading to Pimlico at some point. There it is, the Preakness. Nebula reference. They look a bit warmed up. Let's check the paddock. Then sweating badly and agitated for the pair. Lower deal, keen and slightly agitated. Butley LM, down from Canada, a little lazy. Superphonic Star is okay. And out of everybody here, we've got some coping well and fits. We've got a moving well and fit from the favourite, Eternal Entertainer. It wasn't far behind us, to be fair. Maybe would be more on distance. Maybe would be more on distance. They are moving well and fit, but we're looking well. Very fit. And primed to go. Coming off the back of the Kentucky Derby. No jockey orders needed. We should be on distance. Why aren't we favourites? I don't know. Eternal Entertainer is favoured immensely in this one. High rated, grade 1, and just won the prep race for this. In fact, has won both their last races. Nobody else in the field can say anywhere near as much. And we are not favourites at all. The race for the Black-Eyed Susans then. The 1 mile, 1 furlong, 110 yard Preakness here at Pimlico. A Class 1, Grade 1, second leg of the American Triple Crown. The race for 3-year-olds upon the dirt track here to take their legacy, elevate it from just Derby winner to Triple Crown contender, and set them up for the Belmont Stakes. We get out of the gates okay in the middle of the pack. And as we see, again, we're going to drop back to the inside at the back, but not too bad at all. LAM up front with Nebula reference, Superphonic Star, Contiguous, Nanny. We've got Lowood Deal, Calambara Sulfide, Eternal Entertainer is in there right with us. And we're right at the back. Mahomani Clapper is the other horse with our Silks. But we are on the turn and ready now to send for home. We're currently off picture, but we are trying to make a move. But do we have the pace? Do we have the power? Do we have the stamina? Do we have what it takes? Half a furlong from home. We kicked on last time about this point, but we can't get up. Calambara Southside will take the victory over a mile 110. We were just off the mark slightly. Not quite where we wanted to be. Sulfide takes it. We'll take second. Lower Deal into third. Eternal Entertainer back in fourth. And Butley in fifth. It's a good run. It's not a great run. We hold our rating. The chance at the Triple Crown is gone. But honestly, I don't feel like LifeQuest can run it, so why not just go with Harrah again? Why not? So I think I'm just gonna book in for the Belmont, and yeah, unsurprisingly, Sulfide and Entertainer will be there with us. So, ooh, both winners, both second places, and who knows, maybe an actual specialist at a mile 4 will contend, but so close with that one. So very, very close. I feel jockey instructions may have helped, but I really do think that we were on distance. So I don't want to mess with that too much. I kind of feel good about where we were and what we were doing, and I don't know if that was a good run or a bad run for us. Very difficult to tell for me. Yeah, it did kind of feel just not quite what you'd want it to be. It's not a bad horse for 400 grand. It's got a bit of distance. It's got some good bars on this screen. It's got a bit of potential, not a ton. It hasn't got a full finish. It doesn't even have cruising burst to make up for the lack of what else it hasn't got. It's definitely behind the curve, but for 400 grand, I think that's a very solid horse. I could keep it, I could race it. There's definitely distances I could run in Triple Crown races. I don't think it's got the quality to compete, and I don't think it's going to be worth our while long term at all. So I'd rather not. But for 400 grand, it is a solid horse. We hit it. Violin Kalin's gonna absolute storm roller this one. She's trading lazy for a horse called Pantelia Tense. They're very calm. Liver Reed's agitated. And we got Stan Stain and Grain hit upon were just there. And we're going to boil over. Scottsville. The race that we probably shouldn't have run. But that one last chance, get a greyhound. Oh my. Woo. Oh, this is going to be fun. The horses might just be running in a tight circle. Allen Robinson Championship. This course is dead. Ice Queen going out to the front. Whoever handles turns the best, especially tight turns, is going to love this track, to be fair. They would absolutely adore this. Oh my God. Never run a Scottsville. That's what we've just learned. That is a broken track. Good golly, Miss Molly. What is going on? Violin Kalin gets absolutely obliterated. So do we. Liver Reed will take it. Yeah. Oh my God. I apologize if anybody has any issues with like motion sickness or blurs or anything that may have triggered, because god damn, that was awful. I found it interesting and funny for the first few seconds and then instantly started regretting it myself. I've never seen that before. Horrendous. Blaze is very calm. Cool. We're the favorite, we're the tipped horse, we're just a little calm. That might not be a bad thing, right? 1 mile, 1 furlong, Gamely, Class 1, Grade 1 for 3 rows on turf. Here, I believe it's Santa Anita. And a solid field, but I just don't really cares about us and what we can do, I think, with this horse at times. And she will go to the outside, towards the back. Rowdy Sight, Sandbanks, Bear, Unique Tolerance, Halo Current, and Drifting Side up ahead of us. Mallorca Farewell, Oa Courageous, Glowing Words, Swissmatic Spain, and Cutting Sound at the back. We're on the outside. We're in position. 1.5 down to the final furlong. Who's going to kick on? Who wants it? As everybody starts fighting for that line then. Nobody seems to be pushing. Unique Tolerance might just grab this one from deep. Way too late, Mallorca Farewell. Way too late, Consuela Blaze. We both left it. We both were waiting for each other. Leandro and Florent looking at each other like, is it time? Is it time? Neither one went. They reacted slowly. Unique Tolerance steals one from Canada. Gifted the Gamely. And Blaze just didn't have what it took in the end. What a disappointing race that was. What a disappointing pair of races, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think Ice Queen's got to go to the stud. And yeah, never run at Scottsville. Remember that. I've got to export the course and see if that fixes it, but ultimately, I just don't run at Scottsville. And I'd be just fine. I'll be just fine. So we're going to end them with the Triple Crown run. First in the Derby, second in the Preakness, which is more of a shock to me. And yeah, we're going to run. We're just going to run the Belmont and see what happens. Definitely going to have jockey instructions. I'm not dumb. Fully recognize that this is one where we 1,000,000% have to. We need to challenge as late as we possibly can. If there is a specialist, then they're going to be dangerous. The Oaks winner is in. The Preakness winner is in. Second place in the Derby is in. We are the Derby winner. Tipsters say Knock Firing, Polizar, and Sugar. Well, we'll look at Knock Firing. Sugar Pursuits just came second in the Yushin Himba, and they are going for a mile 6 next. Could be a specialist. 100% could be the specialist. Polizar Soul is third in the Kentucky Derby, skipped the Preakness, and is going to be running at a mile 2. Probably didn't think they could get down for the Preakness. Probably should have run it, but they're coming up for the Belmont and then the Diane in France. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. In general, we look like we're good to go. Knock Firing's a little agitated. Butley is lazy again. Lutwer is agitated. That is fine. We've got a shot then. The Proving Ground of Champions. The Graveyard of Champions. The Race of Champions. The Belmont Stakes crowning Triple Crown winners. Not this year, but we've been the best horse over the first 2 legs on average. We're now here for the Belmont Stakes at Belmont Park, a mile 4 Class 1 Grade 1 race for 3-year-olds upon the dirt track. We're off distance. Who knows what may come, what may be. Decent start and towards the back alongside Lower Deal, Monza Committee and Calambra Sylphids, the winner of the Preakness. Polizar Soul just up ahead with Eternal Entertainer, and Joe Pilate is there too. Knock Firing in the gap. The grey in third is Sugar Pursuits. Sheikh Johanna in the blue silks behind Butley. I am the Canadian who currently leads the race. We are just in picture, which means everybody is just in picture apart from Calambra Sulfide. And it is coming from the back. We are not coming from the back. I said go late. I didn't mean in the last half furlong. My God, are we making it work in the last half furlong? Harrah does lose to Knock Firing, does lose to the Specialist, but that's the only horse in the field it loses to. And we got that one about right too. A long way back. Knock Firing, good run, good win. Nobody else was at that distance, I feel. And we go up, we get the job done against other horses that we can run against. And I'll kind of take it. If you look at things from the start of the season onwards, I didn't know what we had in Harrah, but wins the Derby. Really would have thought we would have won the Preakness, but we come up slightly short. You know, with a length back of Sulphide. Perhaps a little too late to react there. And then we chose to go late. We know we probably can't win, but we do end up passing the entire field in the last furlong, apart from the win and Knock Firing. First, second. For a horse I didn't expect much out of, I'm going to say that is a massive success. To take the Arkansas Derby and the Kentucky Derby, and then second in the Preakness and the Belmont. I think that's just about as much as we ever could have hoped for with Harrah. And if I'm only going to win one leg of any Triple Crown, or one race all year from anywhere around the world, it'll always be the Kentucky Derby. And Harrah has taken that for me this year, and I am more than happy for that. I think that's an absolutely fantastic run. We did so well. We jumped our rating up. Everything looks good. Couple of Grade 1 wins. We're going to try and see if we can pick some Mile 1, Mile 2s that Harrah can go win for the rest of the year. But first in the Derby is all that really matters. Second in the Preakness, second in the Belmont. As I say, pretty dang good overall. But that is where we're going to leave things. So let me know what you think of Harrah's running. The fact that Life Quest did get back on the winning trail. The fact that Consuela Blaze may not be winning a ton, but dang, she's close. And very close in the World Cup as well. And then the 2-year-olds. We got 3 with Grade 3s. And one that probably should have a Grade 1. Hasn't quite got it done. Things haven't gone their way. But it's a bit difficult to say with the 2-year-olds, but really, with Harrah, with Life Quest, with Consuela Blaze, who agrees with me that this seems to be the story, the season of the almost great horses? Blaze so close. Harrah so close. And Life Quest, after that 2-year-old season, so close in so many races that, like, each of them is going to fall short of the lofty standards we have set and pale behind other storied horses that we've had in this save. But each of them feels like they were so close, like ridiculously close to being put in the same conversation. And I'll take that. So let me know if you agree, disagree, comments down below. Good runs from good horses, not great runs from great horses. But I enjoyed it nonetheless, and we got the Derby, so I don't really mind losing the others. That's kind of just the way I'm built, and that's something I'm not going to apologize for. I do enjoy it, so, and hey, that's the beauty of racing, right? Different races mean more to different people, and we got the one I wanted, so I'm pretty happy with that. So, as I say, have your say, comment section down below. Check out the other playlists that are available like and subscribe. We're closing in on the 1,000. Hopefully, we should be there fairly soon. We're ticking along quite nicely for it. So just keep on going. If you haven't already subscribed, please do consider doing so. I appreciate all your support. And until next time, y'all, take care, stay safe, all the very best to you, and go win your own Kentucky Derby. Even when everything else is against you and you don't really seem like you can get it done, try. Because you never know what might happen.